Thank you for joining us on this special edition of Let's Talk DeKalb. I'm Diamond Lewis.
And I'm Aviva Hoffman.
With summer now heating up, we're dedicating this edition to DeKalb's Recreation, Parks, and Cultural Affairs Department, offering great activities for all ages. DeKalb officials recognize these things are important to our quality of life, and they are also assets to increase our desirability as a county, whether you live here or just happen to be visiting.
Imagine if we didn't have any parks or recreational activities to enjoy, especially this time of year. Parents, you know what I'm talking about. For most, summertime presents a real challenge to keep those young ones happy, healthy, and occupied. We'll be talking today about DeKalb's Summer Food Service Program to help keep those young ones grounded, and DeKalb's summer day camps. So many of them with so much to do. In fact, that's why we're broadcasting today from a premier DeKalb County Rec Center, the Exchange Park Recreation Center.
That's right, Aviva. Plus, in today's show, there's fun for all ages at the Porter Sanford III Performing Arts and Community Center. We'll have much more on this crown jewel a little later. And one DeKalb facility helps us to all splash into summer. I'm talking about our own Browns Mill Aquatic Center. We've got details on what makes this spot the perfect place to cool off a little bit later in the show. But first, as Aviva mentioned, we're reporting today from the beautiful Exchange Park Recreation Center. And there's so much fun that's going on each and every day at the center. So first, before we get any further into this show, let's take a quick tour. Our first ever intergenerational center constructed in DeKalb County, the 31,000 square foot Exchange Recreation Center opened in July of last year to much fanfare and community support.
We are building the foundation for the future, so as we get out of this economic recession, we will rebound in a robust way and have quality services for our citizens.
Funded by the 2006 Park Bond Program, the $6.3 million facility features an indoor walking track, gymnasium, fitness facility, game room, resource center, computer lab, and meeting space. At capacity, the center holds more than 950 people at any given time.
People look at economic development project, but this is a social development project. This is all about building life skills among our youth, helping our seniors to live longer by decreasing chronic diseases. All these things help build a human capacity.
Indeed, the true mission of DeKalb's Recreation, Parks, and Cultural Affairs Department is to offer comprehensive services designed to not only add to the quality of life here in DeKalb, but also to increase DeKalb's desirability as the very best locale in all of Georgia and arguably the nation to live, work, and play as well.
Since 1985, America has celebrated July as the nation's official Park and Recreation Month.
Under the leadership of Director Roy Wilson, the department's success was recently applauded during a Board of Commissioners meeting in honor of the National Month designated as a time to celebrate parks and recreation teams and their sustainable efforts across the country.
Now, therefore, we do hereby proclaim the month of July as Parks and Recreation Month in DeKalb County.
DeKalb's park system includes 130 parks consisting of approximately 6,000 acres of parkland and open space, 151 playgrounds, 2 golf courses, 105 tennis courts, 90 pavilions, 158 ball fields, 13 recreational facilities, and much, much more. As for DeKalb's newest recreation center, located in Decatur, just off of I-20 and the Columbia Drive exit, even more fun activities and ongoing services are planned for residents of all ages.
I think we would be the poster child for the best of the best in intergenerational programming, something that everybody can enjoy, and it's important that people recreate together. We're the cheapest game in town. We're providing something for everyone. Everybody will be able to enjoy this new building. We as a Parks and Recreation Department are providing great things. We will continue to build towards being a world-class park system.
So as you can see, there's so much fun that's going on each and every day right here at DeKalb County's new Exchange Park Recreation Center.
And since we've spent a little time now indoors, it's time to move to the great outdoors. Let's see what's going on with some of our furry friends at DeKalb's Mason Mill Dog Park. Here's LaShonda Davis with that spotlight.
Today, we're excited to announce the latest park improvement, and guess what? It's already going to the dogs.
After much anticipation, the ribbon was cut on the Mason Mill Dog Park.
We're very excited because we know that our pets add to our quality of life here in DeKalb County, and so we've got man and woman's best friends here, and we're giving them a place where they can run around and have a good time and be free.
With a total project cost of $3.2 million, park renovations here at Mason Mill include new pavilions, playgrounds, parking areas, stormwater improvements, and of course, a new dog park.
So now with these improvements, with a new parking area, this gives us an opportunity now to eventually build a bridge across Burnt Fork behind us and to access about 6 or 7 new acres of the park where people will find a new place to be.
We just want to say to our citizens that we're committed to making sure that we're responsibly spending the tax dollars that you've made available through parks bond referendums. And these are the type of improvements that we're going to be bringing to our citizens to improve the quality of life.
Play is an important thing for a dog to do and pretty important for humans as well. Those of us who are fortunate enough to live in a community like DeKalb, where a dog park exists, know that it's a wonderful opportunity for you to exercise and socialize with your pets.
The new renovations to Mason Mill Park were designed not just to bring people and their furry friends together, but to preserve what is truly beautiful about DeKalb County. LaShonda Davis, reporting for Let's Talk DeKalb.
Thanks, LaShonda. And now I'd like to take a moment to make a special announcement that LaShonda Davis will be joining us on a regular basis to share more about the Recreation, Parks, and Cultural Affairs Department. And we're just getting started on this special edition of Let's Talk DeKalb, completely devoted to recreation, parks, and cultural affairs.
That's right, so stick around. We have much more on this special edition of Let's Talk DeKalb, where we continue to celebrate July, which is National Recreation, Parks, and Cultural Affairs Month. Stick around, much more Let's Talk DeKalb right after the break.
Hey guys, it's Aja the Diva. Welcome home, DeKalb. You say, what is that? Oh, you have a surprise. You're gonna get yourself a new home. Yeah. Do you know we have all these houses right here in DeKalb County? Rehab houses that look absolutely beautiful. We're gonna tour them. We're gonna tell you how you can get some money to also buy your dream home. I told you. Welcome home, DeKalb.
Welcome back to Let's Talk DeKalb, where we are focusing on recreation, parks, and cultural affairs. And with that recreation element, who better to join us than Recreation Center Director Wannetter Terrell. Thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Now we're having to shout a little bit of the excitement behind us because we are at a rec center, right? Tucker
Yes.
Rec Center. And we're talking about what's going on right now is summer day camps. So important to keep children busy and active during the summer. Where are the camps in DeKalb County, these summer day camps?
Our day camps are located throughout DeKalb County, from as far north as Buford Highway and as far east as Lithonia, Georgia.
And there are quite a number of them too, right?
Yes, a total of 14.
14, wow. Well, what goes on in a typical day at day camp?
A typical day camp would be where it's a fun-filled day of activities such as arts and crafts, sports and games, music and drama, hiking trips, swimming, field trips, 4-H, and this year we've added our movie day at our Performing Arts Center.
This is really a win-win situation all around because we've got the kids happy at camp, but these programs help employ and put DeKalb to work, right?
That's right. We employ over 300 employees from the ages of 18 and up.
Now, as a parent, I'm thinking, do they have to go through any kind of requirements or checks?
Yes, they do. We put them through a background check because we want to make sure that our kids are surrounded around safe people.
That is wonderful. Now, somebody may be at home saying, I missed the boat this year, but I want to learn how I could potentially become involved in the program or perhaps be a counselor for next summer. What do they need to do to start that process?
They can go on the website and fill out the application and to gain more information.
So let's talk about what fees are involved with these camps.
Well, we have the best fee going, I would say, in the county or even in the state of Georgia for that matter, our fees are $55 a week for the first child and $50 for each additional child from that same family.
For the whole week?
For the whole week.
And what's included in that fee? Because that is an amazing price.
What's included in the fee is we give them 2 meals a day, which is our breakfast and lunch. And as I stated earlier, we have a fun-packed day of activities ranging again from our sports and games, music and drama, arts and crafts.
Wonderful. And what is the length of the program? When does it take place?
The length of the program is a 9-week program, and our dates this year starts June 4th and runs through August 3rd, and our hours of operation is from 7 a.m. to 6:15 p.m.
Wonderful. Now, I know, and we've covered it on DCTV, but at the end of camp, it's a special kind of time. What happens to celebrate the culmination of the whole program?
At the end of the camp, we come together, we bring all 14 sites together, and we put on a big production. And with this, we invite all of our parents, grandparents, aunties, and uncles to come out for an evening of dancing, singing, and acting. And this year, our culminating event is titled A Cinderella Story, and it will be hosted August 2nd at 7 p.m. at our Porter Sanford Performing Arts Center.
That is going to be wonderful. Thank you so much for being here today and sharing a little bit about what to do with the kids during the summertime. We appreciate you being on the show, Wannetter.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Now stay with us. There's much more on Let's Talk DeKalb. And if you missed anything or want to learn more about the summer day camps, we will recap that information later in the show and tell you how you can find out more about the hours, the location, the fees, everything included in that. So much more to come on Let's Talk DeKalb.
Hey guys, it's Sasha the Diva. Welcome home, DeKalb. You say, what is that? Oh, you have a surprise. You're gonna get yourself a new home. Yeah. Do you know we have all these houses right here in DeKalb County? Rehab houses that look absolutely beautiful. We're gonna tour them. We're gonna tell you how you can get some money to also buy your dream home. I told you. Welcome home, DeKalb.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us on this special Recreation, Parks, and Cultural Affairs edition of Let's Talk DeKalb. We're reporting now on location at the beautiful Browns Mill Aquatic Center, and I'm happy to have joining us today Al Sheppard from the Parks and Recreation Department for DeKalb County. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for coming today.
Now, we see all of the fun that's being had behind us with the kids, and I certainly am jealous. I want to jump in the water. Tell me about the Browns Mill Aquatic Center and all the wonderful activities that we see taking place behind us.
We have our pool that's open actually here 7 days a week, and we have camps coming. We have, general public that's enjoying the pool, and just kids from all ages. It goes from all the way from tots in our tot area all the way up to adults and seniors. The pool has been a jewel actually for DeKalb County residents. It's a quality park program that's center next door to us, a park down the street. You can have family reunions and all kind of events here at the water park. We've seen a vast variety of parties during the openings and parties afterwards.
You talked about the tots area, and the county really made sure they took care of everything. Talk to us about the zero entry over there, the beachfront entry at the tot area.
Yeah, the design came up. We came up with a design to work and service all. We have like a zero entry where the kids go from 0 to 2.5 feet of water. In the lazy river, it goes from 0 to 3 feet. And our pool behind us where the slides are actually goes from 0 over to our lap area to 9 feet. So it's all ages have an opportunity to provide, just a fun day of swim at Browns Mill.
Now, who's eligible to come out here and take some of the fun in here at Browns Mill Aquatic Center?
It's open for any and everyone to come out, all patrons of the county. We even draw this actually like a local and a regional park. We get other counties coming into the park, of course, with additional fees, but we have camps. We have families that's coming through the DeKalb Visitors Bureau that come to us to have family reunions, and it's just anybody and everybody want to come out to enjoy the park.
And what are the fees and the hours of operation here?
Well, the fees for the county residents is $5 for kids, $7 for adults. If you're inside of a city that provides taxes to the county, that's the same prices. But if you're inside of a city where there's you don't pay taxes to the county, it's $7 and $9. But if you're outside of the county, it's $10 for youth and $12 for adults.
Now talk to us about what those fees are used for, because we know this was a wonderful $7 million investment on behalf of DeKalb County in the bond program. So talk to us about how those fees are used for the maintenance of the park.
Yeah, the park was constructed in 2008 and it was from bond funds. It was like $7 million. And the fees that we collect inside of our entry fees, it goes back to the general fund. The general fund actually, it's the park itself supports itself. So we're not paying to run the center. The fees that we collect helps generate the operation fees at the park.
Now we see all the fun that's going on here, but this is not just about fun. This is also a place of employment. So talk to us about some of the lifeguards and other employment opportunities here at Browns Mill Aquatic Center.
Yeah, Browns Mill actually employ teens and high school and some adults that come to our lifeguard program. It's on a contract, but we make sure the contract hire local guards from our local community. So it's actually regenerating funds back to our local kids and community and adults that come out to be employed in our lifeguard system.
Now you mentioned the regular hours of operation, but I understand you can even rent this facility. Talk to us about that and what are the fees to have a special event here?
First and foremost, this center, this facility, this pool is beautiful at night. We have the stadium lights, the water sparkles at night when the stadium lights on it. We have rentals, you can come up rent the pools for $1,280, full rentals. We give you the full pool, the full facility itself. You can have a party here, you can provide catering, all the things. We just give you the facility, we make sure the lifeguards are taken care of, and of course you have to pay for the security that we have that comes along with the party. But we have had parties the last year and year before, and it's been enjoyable. We had a lot of comments on how beautiful the park is at night.
And then for families that are going to come out here and enjoy a full day of fun, you also have concessions. So tell us about that.
Yes, that's one of the highlights here. We have a full concession stand here. You get hot dog, hamburger, nachos, the whole 9 yards the kids love. And of course we have ice creams to cool us down at the end of a swim.
And then if somebody wanted to find out more information that we're providing here on today's show, tell us where they can go to find out more information about the beautiful Browns Mill Aquatic Center.
You can go to the county website, www.dekalbcountyga.gov, and go to Parks and Recreation, and then go to the aquatics, click down, and you'll see all the information, general information, operating hours, fees associated with entering the pool, and so forth.
And then one more question for you. I had fun here about a month ago. Every year DeKalb County hosts an employee appreciation picnic. So talk to us about that and how the employees got a chance to come out and have some fun, inclusive of the CEO and his family as well.
Yeah, we recognize that while the county employees are working to make sure we provide this opportunity, that the county employees don't have an opportunity to come enjoy. So we set aside a day, the CEO and his staff set aside a day to bring the employees in to have an enjoyable day. For the last 2 years, we had over 800 to 1,000 employees to come out and just enjoy a day of swim, fun, and of course we provide food for them.
Thank you so much for hosting us here at DeKalb's Browns Mill Aquatic Center. I'm going to go and take a quick dip if that's all right with you.
I think that's a great idea. The water's waiting for you.
While we jump in the water, you all stick around. We have much more on Let's Talk DeKalb coming up after the break.
Hey guys, it's Sasha the Diva. Welcome home, DeKalb. You say, what is that? Oh, you have a surprise. You're gonna get yourself a new home. Yeah. Do you know we have all these houses right here in DeKalb County? Rehab houses that look absolutely beautiful. We're gonna tour them. We're gonna tell you how you can get some money to also buy your dream home. I told you. Welcome home, DeKalb.
Welcome back to Let's Talk DeKalb. This special edition is devoted to recreation, parks, and cultural affairs. I'm Aviva Hoffman.
And I'm Diamond Lewis. And continuing with this theme of spotlighting our own parks and recreation centers, let's check in now with Elena Portier. She has a spotlight at our own Redan Recreation Center. Elena?
At the Redan Recreation Center in Lithonia, some are calling it a community center, because it's a family-friendly facility for all to enjoy.
This facility is more than just a recreation center. It's a community center. It's a place where the entire community from all ages can come in and enjoy community, enjoy some of the facilities that we provided here in DeKalb County. It's a legacy of seeing our government at work. But again, it's a community that has its doors open for all to come in.
Located at 1839 Phillips Road in Lithonia, the $4.7 million 24,000 square foot facility includes 8 ball fields, 2 football fields, 2 tennis courts, disc golf course, shelter, trails, and many other community activities. And some of the newest additions to the park help provide year-round recreation experiences for all residents, regardless of age.
We got a new gym, we got ping pong, we got dance studios, we got a computer lab. Even in the midst of the most difficult economic times, we still believe and are investing in our people.
Wow, that's all I'm going to say. This is the new DeKalb, is what it's about. You're helping our youth, getting them a center that they can appreciate and enjoy.
There's even an indoor track to spare users from adverse outdoor conditions. Most of all, while the world is facing harsh economic times, here in DeKalb County, residents can take time to enjoy the improvements that help enhance their quality of life.
In this particular facility, you have opportunities for children, you have opportunities for senior citizens, you have opportunities for adults, but most importantly, you have opportunities for families. The whole family can come to this facility and recreate together.
Hours of operation for the Redan Recreation Center: summer 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. through 7 p.m. Friday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday. In the fall, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Friday, and 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday. For more information, visit DeKalbCountyGA.gov/parks or call 770-484-2679. I'm Elena Portier for Let's Talk DeKalb. Back to you, Aviva and Diamond.
Thanks so much for that, Elena. It certainly looks like Redan Recreation Center has tons of fun in store for you and your family and friends. Now stick around. Later on in the show, we'll take you right to DeKalb County's own Porter Sanford III Performing Arts and Community Center, and we'll even show you where a garden is growing, and it's right outside of these doors.
But first up, we'll talk about the summer food service program. You don't want to miss that. That and much more on this edition of Let's Talk DeKalb. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Let's Talk DeKalb, and this edition is focusing all on recreation, parks, and cultural affairs. And joining us now is the operations manager for the department, Mr. John Anderson. Thanks for being on our show today.
Thank you for having me, Aviva.
You're welcome. Now, we have a backdrop that couldn't be more fitting. It's the kitchen at the Tucker Recreation Center. And why are we here? Because we're talking about the summer food program. It's a great program that probably helps a lot of kids really enjoy the summer. How long has DeKalb County been involved in it?
We have been involved in this program, Aviva, for 30 years. And we've actually had one person who has been the actual manager of the program for well over 20 years, and that's Rose Myrie.
What is the county's actual role in the program?
We are the local sponsor for the summer food program, and we come under the state of Georgia, their Bright from the Start division, and which is actually part of the U.S. Department of Agriculture's entire summer food program.
So how is funding provided for the program?
What we do is we have a partnership or an agreement with the DeKalb County school system, who's the actual provider of the food. And we administer the program. And what we do, we pay the DeKalb County school system, and then we in turn seek reimbursement from Bright from the Start, from the state.
Essentially, DeKalb County has this wonderful service that benefits a lot of DeKalb County youth at no cost to the county.
That is correct, Aviva. It's actually a grant, and it's from Bright from the Start. We incur the expenses initially, and then we seek reimbursement from the state of Georgia, and there's no cost to the county.
And how large is the program? For example, how many meals are served? How many site locations are actually involved?
Okay, believe it or not, we serve over 80,000 breakfasts, and we serve about 130,000 actual lunches in the average summer. Okay. And this year we're doing that out of 54 sites. And in the past, we have averaged from 50, 52, up to maybe 62 sites.
Wow. And when does the program start each year?
Well, we make the program start with our summer camp program. As you know, we have summer camp actually in all 13 of our recreation centers, and we have an additional site during the summer. That program starts typically at the beginning of June. This year is June 4th, and it will end August 3rd of this year.
All right, just right before the start of school.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Can sites that are outside of DeKalb County get involved in this?
Yes, they can. A site that does not have a sponsor will contact right from the start, the state, and they will refer them to us. And what we then have to do is get permission, if you will, from the DeKalb County school system, because they're the ones that's actually delivering the food.
Gotcha.
So if it's within their geographical area, and they really rather lenient with us, if it's not too far into the adjacent county, they will provide delivery there too.
All right, now if we may have some interested viewers that are wondering, how does a site qualify? What does it take to be involved in this program?
Well, let me just say this. First of all, because we've been around so long, you know, a lot of people know about us. So a lot of it is word of mouth. You know, they'll go to another summer camp and say, how are you getting yours, and so forth. But in addition to that, we are required right from the start to actually advertise in local media, you know, for it. Now, once someone calls us, then they have to complete an application with us, and they have to meet certain requirements. And one of those requirements would be that they have an actual preparation facility, such as this, and that they actually have a refrigerator so that they can house the food to keep it at a certain temperature. And if they can meet all those requirements, then we will submit their application, and then it will have to be approved right from the start. But typically, if we accept the application, right from the start, we'll approve the application.
Okay, so in case someone didn't get the word of mouth earlier on and they want to learn more information, how would they find out more about this program? Well, they can call Rose Myrick directly, and her number is 678-698-1114. Great.
Or they can call the main number at DeKalb County Recreation, Parks and Cultural Affairs, and that number is 404-371-2711.
Thank you so much, John. That was very informative, and we enjoyed talking to you today about the summer food program.
It was my pleasure, Viva.
You're welcome. Much more to come, including, if you've heard about food deserts, we'll show you a special spotlight telling you how DeKalb County is taking a proactive approach to make sure that's not a reality here. That and much more coming up on Let's Talk DeKalb.
Welcome back to this special edition of Let's Talk DeKalb, where we're spotlighting DeKalb's own Recreation, Parks, and Cultural Affairs Department. I'm Diamond Lewis.
And I'm Aviva Hoffman.
Now, at this point of our show, we've shown you many of our parks and recreational facilities, but now we want to take you outside, in fact, just outside of these doors, to show you one of our healthier elements of DeKalb's own Parks and Rec division.
And you don't have to have a green thumb to make your garden grow. Here's Burke Brennan with his Community Garden Spotlight.
In celebration of National County Government Month, DeKalb County called on local green thumbs to help encourage healthy eating and healthy lifestyles. In partnership with volunteers supplied through Comcast Cable Communications, there's a new community garden budding right at the Exchange Recreation Center in Decatur.
Here we have some green beans, and here we have some pole beans over there. And I think we got some like carrots and lettuce. We got some right here, some tomatoes. As you can see, the tomatoes that already started to produce. Over there we got some beets. We got some peppers over there and some more beans, the same as over here. And these plants right here, these are sweet potato plants.
These locally grown veggies are sprouting thanks in part to the support of the DeKalb County Board of Health and funding from the CDC.
The Board of Health has been partnering with DeKalb County's, especially Parks and Rec, the Natural Resource Management Office, on gardens in the parks. And this is a wonderful new park that we're really excited to be partnering with. We're really interested to see more food bought into the community, and community gardens are a great way to do that. The health department is especially interested in bringing food into communities that have low access, communities that are traditionally known as food deserts or have other low access issues.
Maintaining community gardens can be a lot of work. But this garden is proof that coming together as a neighborhood and simply requesting one could make planting your own garden a breeze with the right people behind you.
The first step would be to contact the Office of Natural Resources Management, and then they would direct you to me. And at that point, my first question would be is it an individual garden that you want, or is it a community garden that you want? Because some individuals want a garden in the park and there's only one or two individuals. But when you mention community garden, it takes a community to sustain it.
Teamwork is one of the many tools needed to make a community garden a huge success. Indeed, it was through the hard work and dedication of volunteers such as Andrew Williams that this garden was able to blossom.
Well, this stuff right here is much better for you, and it's much cheaper. you know, with the price with the economy and everything, you'll be surprised at how much money you'll save by doing this yourself. A lot of people don't want to take the time and put into it, but it pays off in the long run.
It's an awful lot of work, almost like raising children. And you have to have constant communication and interact with it often, because if you don't pay it much attention, you don't communicate with it, you don't look at it, you don't actually go out there and talk to those plants, you won't know that the plants are wilting. You won't know that the insects are nibbling on your plants. It takes a lot of effort and commitment to have a successful garden.
There's no doubt members of this community will enjoy the fruits of their labor for years to come.
Thanks, Burke, for showing us how the community's garden grows.
Now, just after this brief break, we're going to take you to the stage at DeKalb County's own Porter Sanford III Performing Arts and Community Center. Trust me, you don't want to miss this backstage pass that we're going to give you. Stick around, much more right after the break.
Basketball and books, they make a great team when reading is the score that wins. I'm Dominique Wilkins of the Atlanta Hawks. If you love to read, you're more likely to succeed. That's why the Hawks support the great services and programs at the DeKalb County Public Library.
Really, books do contain the knowledge of everyone, and if anything brings citizens together and people together, it's books.
Make the library a part of your winning team and visit DeKalb County Public Library today.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us for this special edition of Let's Talk DeKalb. We're reporting now on location at the Porter Sanford III Performing Arts and Community Center. Joining us today is David Manuel. He's the executive director of the center. Thank you so much for joining us today, David.
Hey, thank you for being here.
So first, tell us about this beautiful facility and all the different opportunities that are available to the community here at the Porter Sanford III Performing Arts and Community Center.
Well, first of all, we're located on Rainbow Drive in the South DeKalb area. We have a 500-seater auditorium that we're here right now. We also have a black box that holds 150 people. And we also have classroom, workshop room, and exhibit space as well.
Now, a key part of the name of the center is the fact that it is a community center. So tell us about the fact that it's not just about the performances that take place here on the stage. There are also opportunities for the community to take part in some classes that are here and even rent out some of the spaces. So tell us about that.
Well, we always try to shine a light on some of the best performances that you'll see on stage, sure. But we also do a lot of programs that really work with the community. We have nutritional boot camps for seniors as well as young people, because we know childhood obesity is a huge factor in our society. We also have acting workshops for kids on Saturdays, but we also have adult acting classes Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We have dance programs, and we have creative art programs where you actually sit at a table and an instructor teach you how to paint.
That's wonderful. And then people can also rent out some of the places in the facility. Tell us about that.
Well, we do everything from parties to business parties to wedding receptions. We do a host of different events that will really bring in the whole community to really come and enjoy our space.
Now, what's going on in the upcoming months on this stage right here? I know you have some great events and performances planned.
Well, what most people might not know is every 4th of the month, we show a free movie called Urban Film Review, where we actually provide a platform for independent filmmakers, and it's free of charge. But, you know, coming up in the next few months in July, we have a great program called Acapella, which is a spiritual journey. And I think most families will really enjoy this because it has gospel music, but it also has some really great production and actors on stage.
David, I recently had a wonderful time sitting right here in the theater watching the McClendon Dance Institute. Tell me about that program that's offered here at the center.
Well, not only was that a great show that you actually witnessed, that's also part of our resident company here, where they do dance classes here 5 days a week. So the show was great because it highlighted about 100 girls. And let me tell you something else about this great company. All the girls that you saw on stage maintain a GPA of 3.2, and they're mostly DeKalb County students. So that's also a great, caveat to what they do.
David, talk to us about some of the other wonderful events you've had here recently.
Well, we've also hosted the Color Museum with Jasmine Guy that was produced by Kenny Leon, which was a great performance. We brought over 10,000 people here to our campus. We've also had Steve Harvey's show come here to do programs, and we've also worked with their producer, too, to produce a play that might even tour around the United States.
Now, what's wonderful is that there are a lot of volunteers who actually lend their time here at the center. So talk to us about your ambassador program.
What most people don't know is we have over 200 ambassadors. They're actually volunteers, but they're so great that we call them ambassadors because they're the first line of people that you'll see when you come into our building, and they make you feel welcome. But we're really run mostly from volunteers, and we have the best volunteers in DeKalb County.
Now, David, I understand you recently started a foundation that allows the community to support the center. So talk to us about that foundation.
Yes, the Port of Sanford Development Fund is a foundation that we're setting up now so that in the future we can get support from the community, but also corporate, to make sure that this center is thriving in the future, and also bringing more dynamic programming that's not just local, but also national programming.
Well, David, there's so much going on here at the center. If someone wanted to find out what was going on here on a regular basis or even sign up for your newsletter, how would they go about doing that?
They can go to our website and get all the information that they need. They can also get a calendar of events. They can sign up for special events that they want to be a part of, or they can call our number, which is also listed.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today, David.
Thank you for having me.
Stick around just after the break. You want to make sure you have your pencil and your pad. We'll give you all the contact information you'll need to find out about all of the guests featured on today's show. That and much more on this edition of Let's Talk DeKalb. Stick around.
Hey guys, it's Asha the Diva. Welcome home, DeKalb. You say, what is that? Oh, you have a surprise. You're going to get yourself a new home. Yeah. Do you know we have all these houses right here in DeKalb County? Rehab houses that look absolutely beautiful. We're going to tour them. We're going to tell you how you can get some money to also buy your dream home. I told you. Welcome home, DeKalb.
Welcome back to Let's Talk DeKalb. We hope you've enjoyed our special edition focusing on recreation parks and cultural affairs.
Now, if you want to find out more information on any of the recreational facilities or parks that we spotlighted on this special edition of Let's Talk DeKalb, grab your pen and pad. Here's all the information you'll need to do just that. DeKalb's Recreation, Parks, and Cultural Affairs departments can be found online on the county's homepage. Go to www.DeKalbCountyGA.gov and look for the departments under Quick Links.
For an online job board, be sure to go to the market and technology leader in on-demand workforce management for the public sector, NeoGov. The site is at neogov.com. Or you can call the main number for Recreation, Parks, and Cultural Affairs at 404-371-2711. If you need more details on the county's summer food program, contact Rose Myrick. Her number is 678-698-1114.
You'll find the Porter Sanford III Performing Arts and Community Center online on the county's homepage under the Quick Links section. Go there to learn more about upcoming events at the center, rental fees, room availability, policies, and more. You can reach the Porter Sanford Center by phone at 404-687-2731.
The number for DeKalb County's Browns Mill Aquatic Facility is 678-937-8921. You can call for more information, including hours of operation and rental information for private parties, too.
And please take a moment out of your schedule to share your thoughts on this show and all of our other programming right here on your station, DCTV, Channel 23. We'd love to hear from you. Simply shoot us an email at dctv@DeKalbCountyGA.gov.
Or you can call us, and that number is 404-371-2989.
Well, Aviva, this wraps up another fun show. I certainly had a blast.
I did too, and I'm ready to get the summer going.
Well, for Let's Talk DeKalb, I'm Diamond Lewis.
And I'm Aviva Hoffman.
Thanks so much for joining us on this special edition of
Let's Talk DeKalb.